Welcome to Dodgers Daily. I'm Casey Porter. I'm so glad that you decided to tune in. Hey, fans, we have a great show for you today. Today, we continue on with our MLB Pipeline Dodgers top 30 prospects. This one is all about shortstop prospect Eddys Leonard, who, he's gotten some action on the big field, and I think he's turned some heads. He's played good defense, and he's shown just how strong he is at the plate. The first thing you notice about him, if you've seen in some of his pictures, he was picked up in 2017 by the Dodgers, so he's been with the organization since 2017, and he has just gotten bigger and stronger each year. So today, we continue our MLB Pipeline Dodgers Top 30 Prospect Series, shortstop Eddys Leonard. But before we get into all that, just a reminder, if you like this video and if you like this kind of content, go ahead and click that like button, leave a comment, tell all your friends about Dodgers Daily, become a subscriber. Once you subscribe, click that notification bell, turn on your notifications. That way, every time Dodgers Daily releases a new video, you will be notified and you won't miss a thing from Dodgers Daily. And we can keep growing and keep providing you content like this in the future, which we love to do, and we hope you enjoy it. Hey, so again, it's the MLB Pipeline Dodgers Top 30 Prospects Series, this time shortstop Eddys Leonard. So let's not waste any more time. Let's talk Dodgers baseball. Like I said just a minute ago, Eddys was signed in 2017 out of the Dominican Republic. I love that swing, how flat his hands are. I am just huge. I like to, to give the analogy of hitting with your hands to, like if you were a training pilot and you're trying to land planes all day long and then take off again and you're just practicing like that, that would be the path of your hands, just slightly down. You landed on the runway, you flatten through the strike zone while you're on the runway would be that strike zone. And then in the front of your swing, that's when you're taking back off, and that's usually when hitters actually hit the ball on the slight uptick. Eddys Leonard has that perfect path with his hands. Look how flat those hands are, and he's able to turn that barrel with that top hand to match the plane of the pitch. Look at that. How he's able to pull his hands inside, keep his hands above the baseball, keep his hands flat to the zone, and then the way he matches the plane of the pitch is he turns that barrel with that top hand, and he does such a great job of it. Look, he has a little bit more of a negative bat angle there because the ball is low in the zone. Look at that negative bat angle there. The ball is low in the zone, and when I say negative bat angle, I just simply mean the barrel is below the hands. So he is able to turn that barrel whichever way he needs. The higher the pitch, see right there, the barrel stays a little bit more positive. The lower the pitch, the barrel tilts a little bit more, becomes a little bit more negative. You do that with your top hand. See, that one stayed flat because it was up and in. And that is a skill that is pretty high level for a hitter. Look how negative that bat angle was. If you were to slow that down and go in slow motion, you would see that barrel was way below his hands. Again, he did that by turning that with his top hand. And by the time he made contact, the plane of his bat angle, his bat angle exactly matched that plane of the pitch, which gives him the longer hitting window. And so again, he has that skill down. That's a skill. If you don't have to teach a guy that, trying to hit professional hitters, that is a big advantage. So Eddys Leonard can do that. Here's some defense from him. And one thing, if you've seen him in spring training, here's a play from last year. He just never gets in a hurry. It looks like he's just always, I don't want to say slow motion, but just like right there, he takes his time, he's under control, but yet he always gets the ball where he needs it to be. There's Kyle Hurdy pitched last night on the big field as well. Look here, see, not in a hurry, just gets his feet up underneath him, and he always gets the ball to first base or second base, wherever he's throwing. This is a nice play to look, get his feet underneath him, don't hurry, make a good throw, and in time. And again, all you have to do is, here's a feed to second base, perfect feed to Yorbit Vivas, to Emmanuel Vargas, great play. All you have to do is beat the runner there. So I love the fact that he's never in a hurry. Watch this, again, great footwork. See that stutter step right before he approached the ball. What that allowed him to do was seamlessly transition the ball and throw all in one motion. Again, he's moving fast, but he's so smooth. Guys that are smooth, we see this a lot with running backs or maybe point guards in basketball. When they're so smooth like Eddys Leonard, looky here, not in a hurry, feet underneath them, good throw. Great arm right there too, by the way. When they're not in a hurry, again, right here, then, when they're smooth, I should say, it looks like they're not going real fast, but they're going a lot faster than you realize, just simply because they're making it look actually easier than it actually is. And that's what you're seeing with Eddys Leonard. That's the effect that I get out of him. That tells me that's smooth. And here's a turn right here again, just under control, not too fast, just fast enough to get the out, which means he's going to be more consistent. Here's some more of his offense. Okay, look at that flat swing. When I say flat, I mean flat with the hands, turns the barrel perfectly to match the bat angle to the plane of the pitch, and he gets a good launch angle on that one, gets it up in the air and gets a home run. Signed in 2017 out of the Dominican, finished 2021, as I said earlier, at Great Lakes, then spent all last year there, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it, had a little bit of a down year. Look at that low and away pitch, able to take that to right field. I love that. 262 last year at Great Lakes, and his OPS was only 783. Got to slide in that play. If you don't slide, you make it close, the umpire is going to penalize you because you should have slid. They're going to get it right first, but if they can't tell, they're going to penalize the one that made it hard on them. Love that right there. Pull the hands inside, hit the home run. Okay, so only a 783 OPS last year, 262 average, 15 home runs. Hey, you take 15 home runs from your shortstop every year. I know the shortstop position has become more of an offensive position, but 15 home runs, not bad. He's really good at that. You know, usually with 2 strikes, you're looking away, and then you get jammed inside. Pull the hands inside and inside out that thing to right field. I love that base hit right there. And then center cut, hit the ball right up the middle. That tells you that his timing is absolutely perfect. His batting average of balls in play last year, 317. Okay, now let's get into some of the nitty gritty, some of the advanced data. His strikeout percentage was 21%. His walk rate was 8%. And his ISO was just 171. Okay, so why do I say that? You want your ISO and your K rate to be similar. So the ISO is 171. The K rate, if you put the same decimals to it, would be 210. So the ISO 171, 210. You're talking about 40 points below your ISO, 40 points lower than your K rate. You want those to be even, and you know, you really would like for your ISO to be higher. So for the ISO to be lower than the strikeout rate, that tells you that the trade-off between strikeouts and power was not a positive one last year for Eddys Leonard. So he would be the first one to tell you, you know, one of two things, probably a combination of both. Reduce the strikeouts, you know, 20. If your ISO is 171, your strikeout rate needs to go, you know, down around 17%, something like that. Or if your strikeout rate's going to be 21%, then your ISO needs to be 210 or above. Okay, but his WRC plus, check this out, it was 119 WRC plus. I say this every time. It's just a whole bunch of data that goes into a formula that tries to make everything equal. You know, some players might hit more home runs because they play in higher altitude. So the WRC plus tries to equalize all the elements and put a formula together that can compare all these players and, you know, make a comparison, putting all the elements and equalizing them out. That's what WRC plus is. His was 119, which is considered above average. Okay, pull percentage, 50.3%. All right, I think if you reduced that pull percentage down to around 40%, I think that strikeout rate would go down to about 16 or 17%. His center percentage, meaning he hits the ball up the middle right about 20% of the time. I think if he would, you know, if he would increase that, if he would reduce his pull percentage down to 50% and then, you know, down to 40% and take that 10% and put it onto his center, you know, his center percentage hitting the ball up the middle. So instead of hitting the ball up the middle 20% of the time, he's hitting the ball up the middle 30% of the time, like he does to the opposite field. I think his average would raise probably 50 points. He would hit more doubles, have more base hits. So just my opinion, but the pull percentage, if he could get it down around 40%, it was 50.3 last year, and take that 10% and put it to a center percentage and go from 20% basically to 30 as far as hitting the ball up the middle, I think that would raise his average substantially. And then you're talking at that point, the K rate I think would go down to about 16%, and that would match, you know, the K rate and ISO. I think that's how you get to those two metrics, leveling them out. I think you hit the ball up the middle a bit more. You know, Freddie Freeman always talks about his timing. He always times the ball to hit it up the middle. And so if he's a little bit early, then he pulls the ball. If he's a little bit late, then he goes to the opposite field, in his case, to the left center as a left-handed hitter. Okay, his ground ball percentage was 42%. His fly ball percentage was 40%. Nothing really stands out as far as any of that goes, but his home run to fly ball rate was 10.1%. Again, none of that really sticks out because the league average, it's about 9%. So his home run per fly ball rate was, just about what the league average would be. His ground ball rate is just about the league average. His fly ball rate is close to the league average. Okay, his line drive percentage was a little bit below league average. He hit 18% line drives. 18% of the time he hit a line drive. The league average is 21%. So nothing really sticks out there as far as any of the advanced data and metrics as far as, hey, does he need to hit more fly balls? Does he need to hit more ground balls? Does he need to do any of that? Nothing really stands out there. I think the one takeaway from this, and this is just my opinion, I think he needs to pull the ball less. I think he needs to hit the ball up the middle more. And like I said earlier, I think that would raise his batting average. I think that would lower his K percentage. And I would think that would equal out, that good mix between striking out and having power. Look at that play. And again, I love the defensive play by Eddys Leonard because, again, he's so smooth, it never looks like he's in a hurry, ever. Even on this play where he goes way to his right, just never looks like he's in a hurry, and that's because he is so smooth. That's Lyle Lockhart Jr. on the mound. Love that play to his left. Sometimes you see shortstops spin to their glove, but because Eddys Leonard is so smooth, he doesn't have to because he's so under control. He knows he has plenty of time, and another thing that tells you is he has just great instincts, natural instincts to know how much time he has. It's obvious to me he's played so much baseball that, when a guy never gets in a hurry like Eddys doesn't, it just tells you he always knows where the runner's at. He knows exactly how much time he has, and therefore, he knows the timing that he has to use to make the play. So there you have it. There's our prospect feature on shortstop prospect Eddys Leonard. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you tune in to all of the videos on Dodgers Daily, especially the MLB Pipeline Dodgers Top 30 Prospect Series. The next one, I hope you tune into that one, is going to be on right-handed pitcher Nick Nastrini out of UCLA. I'm so excited to talk about him. He is so good, and he is such a quick riser and has such a huge future. So make sure and tune into that one. Hey fans, just a reminder once again before we get out of here, if you like this video and if you like this kind of content, go ahead and click that like button, leave a comment, tell all your friends about Dodgers Daily, and become a subscriber. Once you subscribe, turn on your notifications. Click that notification bell. That way, every time Dodgers Daily releases a new video, you will get notified and you will not miss a thing from Dodgers Daily. We can keep growing and keep providing you content like this in the future. Okay, as always, I would like to say thank you for watching this video, and go Dodgers!